defense was getting off the field. Then our defense in that fourth quarter stepping up with a big turnover and holding them to -4 total yards, I believe, in the fourth quarter. And the shining star of our day was special teams and Jack Fox with, I believe it was 4 kicks inside the 10-yard line, including the game-winning field goal. I guess the only knock I got against him right now is he didn't complete his pass attempt. So he's not a Heisman candidate, but he sure is a Ray Guy candidate. Anything else to do with his leg. But sure glad we had him. I stick by my statement that he is a stud. And I will tell you again that I'm really glad that our culture showed through tonight forever. We found a way to win this game, and there's a lot of things to correct. The thing I told him at the end just now is that the best teams I've been a part of have had their biggest jumps, the biggest gains as a football team between game 1 and game 2. And we sure better do it between now and next Saturday. I'll open it up for questions.
Coach, resilience would be the word that would explain the second half, making an adjustment in the team.
Yeah, I don't think there was any magic pill or anything we did as coaches. I think it was our guys continuing to fight. The thing that I expressed to them at halftime is, guys, you don't see any panic on my face. We're going to trust our training. This is what we train for. This is what our culture's all about. Let's go play. And I'm so proud of the way they did.
Mike, in the second quarter, where were the breakdowns defensively, and then what were you guys able to correct down the stretch there?
Yeah, the breakdowns defensively was they had a dude that had an S on his chest, kept making play after play. You know, number 11, my hat's off to him too. I thought he did a phenomenal job. And, you know, they were getting the ball pushed before we could get to the quarterback. And that was something that changed as the game went on. I thought the rush intensified. I thought we were able to throw enough guys at him up front to put some pressure and ultimately get the turnover, of course, the turnover, which was huge.
You talk about next week. What does this performance say about your team heading into that U of H game?
Yeah, I think it shows that grit. It shows that we are doing the things that we talk about. But again, I think we're going to watch this film and realize all the corrections we have to make and all the growth we have to make to come out victorious next week.
Mike, given your history and what you guys did at Stanford, I can't imagine anybody was surprised to see you guys come out 2 tights, I formation to start, and obviously a lot of that throughout the night. Does that embody what you guys are going to be offensively in this program?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from day one, we talked about pound the rock, control the clock, and play great defense. And there were times tonight where we were able to do all 3. We just didn't do them at the same time very often. And but you look at what we did. We held the ball for 40 minutes, and that's something that helps our defense in controlling the clock. And we've got to end up in the end zone. You know, we had those first 2 drives end up in the end zone, and the 3rd and 4th drive were self-inflicted wounds that kept us out. You know, missing a layup on throw and then having a penalty, and those things kill you.
You mentioned culture a few times. Did you feel it even when the 3rd quarter you guys were up against a little bit and they were feeling their culture? And
I hope so. I'd rather you ask the kids, because again, I was calm on the sideline. I believed I just needed us to play better, and I knew some of the things we were tightening up and trying to work through schematically, but I was in a good place. I just believe in what we're doing and the way we're doing it, and I believe in these guys, and I knew they were going to keep fighting.
Mike, you had 310 yards rushing. What did you like from your running backs and offensive line?
You know, I like that they've made it physical, and I don't think anybody on offense right now is playing at a consistent enough level, and I think that's what we're going to see when we watch the film. You know, I love that Soup ended up with 173 yards. I think that's a good night. I don't think it's a great night for him. I don't think that we're seeing the best we're going to see of Soup. So it's a special night. It's cool, but we're going to be better.
Can you walk us through what was going through your mind on 4th and 1, getting that last yard? That's kind of the embodiment of what you're preaching, that physicality.
That's exactly what it was in the huddle. I was on the headset with Coach Mack, and I said, Coach Mack, what you think? You know, because it's a point in the game where it would be a very different conversation right now if we hadn't got it. And, you know, he said, I think we go for it. And, you know, I said, it's who we are. And our kids knew it. I don't know if our kids, any of them had a doubt if we were going for that or not. And I looked at Soup in the huddle and I said, dude, I don't care if we block nobody, you got to get this. He said, I got it, Coach. So that's the trust we have right now.
About that obligatory, this first game question for you, was it a different kind of jitters than even you expected?
I want to be honest with you, so yeah, it hit me a couple times today. I told the guys in our meeting at the hotel, it's like we're 2 hours and 50 minutes before kick, and I'm juiced. And I don't want to peak too soon, man. I'm going to try to calm myself down. I'm going to get away from y'all so I don't mess y'all up. But yeah, I was excited. I wish I could have hit somebody today the way they got to. That's not fair that I don't get to do that.
What went into the decision to keep Sean in the game in the second half?
He was more productive. His 2 drives in the first half ended in touchdowns. He had a 2-minute drive, was his only other drive in the first half. As we, went in there, and that thing didn't really get started the way any of us wanted, so it's hard to evaluate him on that. And just went with a feel. I mean, sometimes that's what you do. There wasn't any one thing Jackson did, or to be honest, there wasn't any one thing that Stank did really well that kept him in the game. It's just where I was at that time and the decision I made.
Can you talk a little bit about your takeaways of the secondary, particularly the corners tonight?
I think it was a tall task. And again, I think that they kept fighting, they kept trying to cover, but we'll watch the film before we comment too deeply on this one.
You mentioned 11 Wallace. I guess what were your impressions, takeaways of him? Obviously, he had a good night for them.
He had a big night. Sure did. Good player. I saw him in pregame and was trying to figure out what position he was going to play. And when they told me it was definitely receiver, I was like, okay.
How did you feel about what you saw from your quarterbacks today?
Again, I think that both of them did some really good things. I'm going to reserve judgment until we watch this film and have a chance to process it as a coaching staff and talk to these guys about it before I comment too deeply. But, once again, both of them at times did some really good things. I thought on those first 2 drives, Sean did an amazing job keeping drives alive with his legs, making a few plays. But there's some throws that we need him to make, and it goes back to what I said about all of our offense. We need more consistency. And it's always going to be the case at that position, right? The quarterback and the head coach are always going to get too much credit and too much blame. And that's the way it goes. But we're looking for consistency at every position on offense right now, and we're going to tighten our belts and see if we can't find it this week.
Is there any one position in particular that you thought throughout the game showed to be the most consistent?
Jack Fox. Yeah, where's Jack? Jack Fox.
Coach, obviously that final drive, you guys had to convert that big 3rd down just outside field goal range, your ground game. What was kind of going through the talk on the sidelines, and obviously Walter gets the big play.
Yeah. So again, just to give you a little backstory, we've got Soup, we've got Austin Walters that was cramping. So Aston steps in a huge moment in the game, and none of us had any doubts. He called a play that we should call in that situation, and Aston made it go. And so that's really exciting. That's really fun. I couldn't be happier for him to get that result tonight. Again, nobody was worried that Aston was in the game. We trust him.
What does the 4th quarter comeback say about your team?
I think it talks about everything that we talked about since day one. I think it talks about the culture. I think it talks about the grit. I think it talks about Coach Hans Straub off-season program at 6 a.m. every morning in the summer. I think it talks about who this team is working to become every day, every way, every play.
You mentioned you were pretty calm throughout, but what were your emotions like once that ball went to the upright?
I'm always going to celebrate wins. So I make no apologies for celebrating wins. There were a couple times I got emotional when the turnover happened on defense. When we had a big run with Aston, and Jack had a couple of those punts to really pin him deep. Those are big plays. Plays to shift the game, and you can feel it.
Coach, a Rice football coach has not won his opening game since 1989. How does it make you feel to know that you were able to break through in that area?
It's awesome. I mean, that's why we all do this, is to win. But again, it's so not about me. It's about our staff. It's about our players. It's about our administration. Everything that's making this place great. But I'm glad I get to stand up here and have that number thrown at me. We'll try to win a few more too.
Is it you consider it an advantage or a disadvantage? You don't have the in-game film on U of H, but they also haven't gotten their first hits of the year. Do you view that as an advantage or a disadvantage going into these?
Yeah, I think somebody could paint it either way. I think we're glad that we got a chance to play this game and get some of the slop off, some of the self-inflicted wounds hopefully out of our system. We'll have so much to learn from, and again, I really believe what I told you. I think the biggest jumps come between game 1 and game 2. We need to take a big one.
I'll bring Sean up here.
Glad we won. There's no pictures on the schedule, on the record, so 1-0. And like Coach Boone said, I want to reiterate, The best teams always make the biggest jumps from week 1 to week 2, and we got to get in there tomorrow, watch the film, get better, and then start preparing for U of H on Monday. I'll open up for questions.
John, what was it like just stepping in there and leading this team to start off the game tonight? Just how did you feel throughout?
Honestly, first couple of drives, it was awesome. And then the flow started to kick in, adversity set in, they started making some plays, and I think as Coach Bloom said, to reiterate it, that the adversity struck and we showed that the culture we built here, the effort we put in all throughout the summer together, one goal, we all want to go to a bowl game, and it started tonight by getting a W, and that's what we did. So honestly, felt good at the beginning, towards the end, started to fall off, but we won.
You had the safety, and then the drive prior to that, you had the big sack and strip. How much did the defense's fourth quarter performance maybe energize the offensive guys?
Awesome. It was awesome. The offense, we couldn't really get anything going in the third quarter, and the defense stepped up and made the plays in the fourth quarter with those 2 specific plays, and really that just energized the offense to say, hey, let's go score, let's go win this game. It's on us now. So really gave us a lot of energy. I think the momentum changed there with the strip sack. We went out there with a different attitude. We wanted to punch it in, and we did, and that's where things really changed.
Sean, it's been a long haul at Vanderbilt with the injuries and coming back now, but you played a long time in the game. You were in control of the game. How did it feel finally to be able to be at the helm of the ship?
I mean, that's the position as a quarterback. You got to operate the offense, but to say that I operated efficiently is not true. But as an offense, we did well enough to win the game. It felt good though. It felt good to get out there, get some drives, get some chemistry going with the guys, some live action. It felt good to get hit a couple times out there. But other than that, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
How much of a luxury is it to have a guy like Emmanuel Asuka by your side?
Awesome. Awesome. And Austin Walters and Aston Walters. I'm confident when Coach calls a run play, I get a smile on my face. I'm like, hey, they might score on this play. If it's not this play, it might be the next play. So you really never know what's going to happen. So honestly, I enjoy handing the ball off as much as throwing the ball when I got guys like that in the backfield.
What was it like to witness early on? You guys are controlling line of scrimmage pretty well early on. Those 2 for a couple of big runs. Just what was it like to witness the way you guys controlled it up front early?
Honestly, I wasn't surprised. We had executed perfectly. We went over those plays. We knew what we wanted to do. We thought we knew what they were going to do. And we went out there and executed, and it was just like we hadn't walked through it in practice. So really, I don't think it surprised anyone. But at the same time, it was enjoyment by me and the offensive line to pound them like they did and open up holes for the ability for the backs to get through and run downhill.
Well, you had a little bit of one of the first down runs, I think it was first quarter, you had to kind of make a little cutback to get you a first down. Tell me a little about, I guess, how, are you known as a shifty guy? You know, it'll make some extra yards in that way?
I'm not fast, but I'm quick. And so when I knew it was third down, I didn't feel as if I had picked up the first down yet, so I didn't want to step out of bounds. And I felt Jordan actually coming across to make a block. So I thought, hey, if he makes this block, I'm cutting upfield and we're going to pick it up. And he demolished it, make a great block. And so I just decided to stay in bounds and pick up the first. So that's what it was.
Sean, this was some of the longest playing time you've seen in your college career. What was it like being in the fourth quarter with your team down and knowing that you need to lead the offense and make a play?
It was awesome. I mean, this is something you dream of as a kid. Fourth quarter comeback. And like you said, I haven't played in a while, but the offense gathered around me, I gathered around them, and we went out there and made plays, and we were all confident in each other. And it was a really good feeling. I'm excited to go watch the film and get better, but at the same time, it was a good win.
Anything else? Thanks, Sean.
The coverage units did a great job. The returning units, Austin Tramble did a great job. And then our field goal did well too. We had a freshman long snapper who did field goal and punt, Campbell Riddle, who did a really nice job. Chris Barnes did a great job holding. And Hayden DeVola did a great job making his field goal as well. So I think across the board, the special teams, we did really well, and it was really nice to see all that work paid off.
How heartbroken were you when the ref ruled on the 2-point that he came down to split on the one?
No, I saw that. I knew it was going to call that. But yeah, I mean, that's the first pass I've had in 5 years, 4 years. So pretty heartbreaking.
Otherwise, you feel good about how y'all executed it?
Yeah, I thought it went really well. You can run it in practice so many times, but you don't really get a real look as much as you try. So it was really cool going out there and seeing a real look and seeing how it played out.
How did it feel to get that game-winning field goal and have your teammates kind of mob you?
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I don't know what else to say about that. It's really cool.
It wasn't just field goal, right? It was, you had a big impact on the game. What was it like to play such a pivotal role? There's no, we don't know that you guys would have won without the performance today. What is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really cool. And with the punts, especially like inside the 10 and 5, you just have to get really lucky. So, I mean, I think luck was on our side tonight, and then I think Coach Lembo called a really good game, special teams-wise. So I think we ran good plays on punt and returns, and I think this all worked out really well.
How fired up were you when you saw it go through?
Oh, it was pumped. Yeah, I was just trying to keep my head down as much as I could. It's really hard on those, obviously, but yeah, just looking up and seeing it go through is really cool feeling.
Did your first walk-off ever kicker?
I had one in high school, but I mean, yeah, it doesn't compare.
Anything else? Thanks, Jack.
Thank you.
Just a quick opening statement.
Yeah, so like everybody else said, a win's a win. We have things to correct, of course, but we get in that film room and get ready for a talented team next week that we're going to face.
Questions?
Super early on, what was it like in that first quarter? You guys just asserted your will up front.
It was great. We were just doing what we practiced and it was working well, and it was rolling, so it just felt great.
You had 173 yards. Coach says you can do better. What do you think about that?
Oh, for sure. I'm going to go in there, go in the film, and see that there's some, some runs that I wish I would have had back, but it's a good start, and hopefully it gets better down the road.
So you had 32 carries tonight. Was there anything going to your head getting tired in the fourth quarter?
You said what? I'm sorry.
Were you getting tired at all in the fourth quarter? You had 32 carries tonight.
I was suffering, with cramps, not really fatigue. That just comes with the game sometimes. I try my best to, drink a lot of fluids and get back in, but I was ready to play every last play down to the clock hit 0, so it was more cramps.
And how big was it having your teammates step up and carry with you on the side?
Oh, it's expected. That's just how we do it in our room. When I saw that third down play and Ashton was in, it's like he's gonna get it for sure. I have no doubt in my mind he's gonna get it. So just use the same step up like that for sure.
What was the demeanor of this team in the fourth, and when you guys were on the sideline, just as you guys were trying to get back and take the lead back, what was the demeanor of this team like?
Confidence. We just look back to all those hard times in the summer when we were running with Coach Hans, all the things we went through with blame. And we just knew that we were going to get it done because we've been through so much, and this type of adversity is just something that's easily overcomable. So we're just really confident in what we can do. Just keep doing what we do in practice, and something's going to get.
You ran for almost 200 yards, found the end zone, and Coach says that was just kind of all right for you. How's that make you feel when he thinks that much of you that a game like that is just kind of a little humble?
Yeah, it makes you feel good that your coach has a lot of confidence in you, that you could do better. But yeah, he's right. We could do better. Like I said, I know I'm gonna go to film and see some runs that I should have did something else with. But it's fine. A win's a win, and we're gonna move on and correct what we need to correct.
Do you have any idea how big of a role Fox was going to play in this game?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you have any idea how big of a role that Jack was going to play in this game?
Oh, for sure. Jack's Jack. He's been in this for a long time. He's experienced with it. Like I said, I just had so much confidence in him. When I saw that it was just a 20-yard field goal or whatever, I knew he was going to get that in. So, I knew he was going to be big in the punch as well because, we see him do it in practice all the time. So, that's regular for Jack. So, it was good to see him have a big game.
You guys are in a dogfight him with those kicks that are helping field position. How much did that help impact the game today?
Oh yeah, pinning them deep, always, it kind of gives away some confidence from the offense. So pinning them deep is just huge for us. Getting those 3 and outs and stuff like that. So yeah, that's huge in the game.
You guys went over to the student section after the game. How did it feel to have a full student section, and what do you have to say to the fans?
Oh, that's huge. I want to say thank you for coming out. Hopefully y'all come next week. But that's big, just seeing the fans out there, a walk-off field goal, that's the best feeling in the world.
We talked about the momentum that the defense might have helped you guys get in that fourth quarter, but in the second quarter, what happened when the game started to slip from you guys? What did you feel?
We felt that we just got to keep doing what we do, and something's going to give. You know, when adversity hits, we can't just panic, we can't tighten up, we just got to keep doing what we do. If it works, it works. You know, if it doesn't, then just keep confidence in what we have going.
Post-game, is it more a feeling of, you know, triumph that you got this win, or a little bit of relief that, you know, you got the first one out of the way?
Oh, triumph, you know. Triumph for sure. A little bit of relief just to, you know, just to get it started and get it rolling with, you know, with this Coach Bloom era. But for sure, triumph, you know, we're going to celebrate a win no matter how we got it. So, yeah, we're excited.
You mentioned Coach Bloom mentioned he was trying not to get too hyped early before the game. What did you kind of sense from his demeanor before coming into the night?
Yeah, he told us that, and I just saw, because, you know, Coach Bloom gets hyped with football, anything that has to do with football. So, yeah, I saw he was trying to calm himself down, and he was telling us, you know, don't peak too early as well. So, yeah, same thing. I just saw him just kind of, you know, easing off and just trying to favor for the team a little bit. But yeah, it's just great to have a coach with that much energy. Just him telling us, like, yeah, we got to calm down a little bit because we're about to get too high. It makes it better too. So it's great.
Anything else? Thanks, Drew.
Okay.
Well, first off, I would like to just take my hats off to the Prairie View football program. That was a really competitive game. I have much respect for those guys. I know a lot of those players from childhood, growing up, playing with those guys, and I have nothing but the utmost respect. And as a team, you know, it's always good to win, but we just have to, you know, celebrate the moment tonight and come back tomorrow and get ready to work.
Austin, you've obviously been practicing in this offense for, you know, all off season, but now to see it out in game form, what was it like, you know, just getting it done tonight offensively?
Yeah, so just the whole process of dealing with new staff, it being my senior year, and just seeing Coach Bloom's resume, where he comes from, and just seeing the success he had at Stanford, and just to see everything that he's been preaching, everything he's been implementing over this whole summer, winter, it just felt really good to just know that, hey, once you buy in and you listen to what your coach is saying, and you just have trust in them, everything will work itself out.
The first drive, you guys came down about 8 minutes, and you kept it off the score. What was it like? Did you kind of feel like, what was the feeling like of this kind of new era, right?
Yeah, as soon as that first touchdown, I was like, yeah, we here. You know, Coach Bloom, yeah, the Bloomgren era, it has arrived. But you know, what that showed us is that, you know, football was 4 quarters. You know, we go up 13-0, we feel like we're about to blow the guys out, but it doesn't work like that. You have to respect all your opponents. It doesn't matter if they're FBS, FCS, it doesn't matter. So it's a lot of things to learn from this game. So, but yeah, it definitely felt good.
What do you learn about yourselves having to fight back from the adversity when things weren't going well? And you know, it's easy for a lot of teams to just say, oh well, you know, someone's getting away from us. You know, you kind of talk about that mindset of staying tough.
So Coach Bloom, when he first got here, he implemented a new mindset. He said, always stay positive, always think that we're going to win. And being a senior here, you know, these last few years, everybody knows that things haven't gone our way. But you just felt it because of Coach. He just was very stoic. He was very confident. He didn't let anything get to him. And when you have a leader that's leading you like that, it's only infectious. So we just kept believing in ourselves, and eventually we prevailed.
What's kind of going through your head? I don't know if you were even on the sideline, if you were able to process as your brother goes out there and gets that big conversion and sets up the field.
Yeah, so that actually took me back to high school, to my Crosby days, you know, being in the backfield with my brother. So I'm cramping up, as you know, on the sideline, and, you know, I'm saying I'm good to go. As soon as I look up, I see him break the run. At first, I'm thinking he's about to fall, but he stays on his feet. And then he's cutting back, I'm thinking he's about to fall again. He stays on his feet. And I'm like, oh, snap, he's about to go score. And, you know, it was unfortunate. He got tripped up, but it was just very nostalgic. Just brings back those memories of being in the backfield with him. And I'm so proud of him. That was just a great run, and he played his part. And we're going to need more plays like that from not just him, out of our whole team.
Anything else?
Austin, when was the last, before this season, when was the last time you played an offense that lined up with 0 wide receivers?
You want me to be honest with you? Little League, so that was probably my 8th grade year. So that's what, 2008, 2009?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, but it feels really good to know that you're just lining up and you're just imposing your will against the defense. So there's nothing that we hadn't done before. Last year we did something similar. You know, we didn't have a fullback, but we were coming downhill from behind the center. But you know, at the end of the day, football is football. So
Especially the first half, you guys kind of motoring that 16-man lead. That guy's hurtling over defenders and such. I mean, how much fun were you guys having in that first half?
We was having so much fun. Like I said, over these past few years, you just, you know, you get down on yourself and you just think that, oh, nothing good can happen. But it felt good to be on the other side of it. So it was good seeing people out there making plays and just doing things to just put the team first, just giving their all-out effort from special teams to defense to offense. It just felt really good. It felt really positive, and it felt like we're going in a positive direction.
You mentioned the emphasis that the staff has put on positivity, but when you guys were down in the fourth, was there any tension in you at all, or were you nervous at all?
Of course it was tension, and like I said, it felt like, oh, here we go again. But again, it goes back to Coach Bloom, and he did not yell, he did not, you know, get down on himself. He was just very calm. He was like, hey, we got this. And whenever you have not only your head coach, but your position coach, everybody just stands super positive and like, hey, you know, we still have time left to play. It only rubs off to the players. So I got that vibe from our coaches, and then I was just like, you know what, we're going to win this game. And I was like, hey, guys, pick your heads up, we're going to win this game. And sure enough, it happened. So we spoke into existence.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank y'all.
Welcome.